Guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve with no further to-do? Here's Coach Lou.
Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Lou. It is Monday morning. Yes, new show time. And see you on, y'all. Come on, say hello, say good morning in the chats. Wherever you are tuning in from, let me pull up all my chats so I can definitely chat with you this morning. Talk to me here. Do you think your time or your health could be renewable? After all these years, we have heard, hold on to your health, hold on to your time, you never get it back. And for a long time, I have totally believed that myself. Now, you're probably going, what's going to go on here? Are we going to come up with some miracle pill or some miracle this or that? It's going to just give us our time and our health back. No, but I've discovered something through going through, lots of training and lots of learning with other people that I respect in our industry. And it's kind of funny. Dan Martell kind of triggered this one with his buy back your time kind of concept. And I thought about that for a minute. I was like, well, I get it. And I was kind of getting annoyed the other day. This week, we're short-staffed, and I got to work more inside of the business and do some more stuff. And I'm like, as much as I like the fact that payroll will be down a little bit this week, I was like, I don't love this. I'd rather pay somebody to do some of this stuff. And because it holds me back from true growth. And I thought about that, and I thought, well, of course, buy back your time, the Dan Martell concept. And I thought, what if your health and your time was renewable? And, everybody kind of like, don't know about this one. Well, think about it, though. And on the concept of buying back your time, you could have wasted 3/4 of your life. You could be 70, 80 years old right now. You could be 17. I don't know. But I'm sure there are times that you've gone, I kind of threw that decade away, or wow, I could have been so much more productive had I done X, Y, Z. But the thing is you can't change where you've been, right? So you can't renew that. You can't get that back. However, going forward, you could totally change your motif, what you're doing. Think about that on a time basis. If you never have enough time and you're always rushed and this, that, and the other, and you've always done it that way, well, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe it's time to step up and go, you know what, I'm going to kick it in gear here. I'm going to do something differently. I am going to get that assistant, or I'm going to get AI. Guys, when you are ready for an AI for your business, reach out to me, and we're going to do a show on this. I have got the AI for you, okay? Nothing's perfect when it comes to AI, but when you want to talk about something that really helps support your business in a business mindset that isn't going to give you skewed answers, Gemini, I'm going to call out Google on this one because, there's reality and then there's stupidity. I was looking at a chest pack for running the other day, and I have one, and I'm like, well, should I get the same one I have? Because I like to use one for races and one for training, because the one in races tends to get muddy and dirty and that. So I type into Gemini, out of the two of these, I know the one that I have can, comfortably hold a gun, but what about the other one? And it responds to me with, well, your item may bounce around in this. The item. And I'm like, what is the item? Oh, it can't say gun or firearm. See, when you have an AI like that, it's skewed, okay? And I love Grok and I love my Sintra. Now, I'll set you up with Sintra for business, but the reality is if the AI can't use the word of what you're working with, wrong AI, guys. You need something that's raw, honest, and straightforward. Funny thing is, I do use two, and I work with Grok on the voice capabilities, and we bounce ideas back and forth, business ideas. And, the funny thing with the Grok system is I realize you're not talking to a person, even though it sounds like you are. But, she'll go back and forth with a business idea, and then she'll go, okay, now what are you going to do to implement this? And I'm like, ooh, that is the key. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't implement, you're screwed. So this is my point here with the whole getting back your time. You're not going to recover lost time, but going forward, you certainly can create more time for what's important in your life by using that Dan Martell concept to buy back your time. And the whole concept to it is, and simply is, if there's something that you can do that you can have somebody else do for $10, $15, $20 an hour, that you are losing out that time by doing it yourself, where you could be doing something that generates $100, $1,000, $1 million an hour, whatever your value is on what you do in your business. Why wouldn't you spend that money to buy that time back and get it back to where you can be more productive? Or it may simply be so you're not fried by the end of the day. If you could renew your time by creating an extra job or career for somebody or contract situation, you create a job for them and you get your time back for a good part of it. Hey, Nick, what's up, brother? Man, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that this morning. But you know what I'm talking about, Nick. I mean, we spend a lot of time on the road and stuff like that. For an example, time on the road. I mean, you could be listening to something that's helping you grow, or you could be listening to something that's just mindless, right? So that's part of getting your time back too. What can you do? We call it net time, no extra time. What could you do as you're doing something else that you have to do that could be growth oriented? Listening to something that's growth oriented while you're driving, or, if you're ironing your clothes, you could be learning another language while you're doing it, or learning another language while you're driving. I'm currently doing that myself. So that's a good side on that one. So getting your time back is important in getting control of your time. I mean, you're not going to get back what you've already lost. You're not going to go back and, okay, I'm going to reset 10 years. However, on the health side, you could gain 10 years back. And people are like, well, what do you mean? I mean, maybe you abused your body when you were younger. Maybe you've been sick or you had an illness. But, there are things that you can do to increase your health and wellness and energy. So it is renewable. I mean, just because you were sick last week, maybe you had a cold last week, right? And now you're better this week, you're healed. You've renewed that. Okay. There have been people that have fought horrific diseases like cancer and beat it, and they've renewed those cells. Okay. When you nourish your body and your mitochondria properly, they provide more energy. Okay. You can renew your health. It doesn't matter if you've been 100 pounds overweight until yesterday. If you turn around today and you start on a journey and in a year you're 100 pounds lighter, you have renewed your body. Okay, this is renewable, and it's something that has been really for years kind of refuted. Once the damage is done, if you ever smoked, you've destroyed this and that. Well, if you've stopped smoking, and I'm a testament to that one. I used to smoke, but hey, I don't think that if I had continued that I would be in the same physical condition. Okay. Or drank excess alcohol, or ate horribly, or, okay, so I'll use an example. My hands hurt a little bit sometimes, or maybe a lot some days, from sports injuries and other injuries and stuff like that. But, when I take turmeric and stuff like that, they don't hurt as bad. When I use the red light therapy on them, they get better. When I'm more active and, stretch. So it's like, okay, that is renewable. All right, a little bit of pain here and there, stiffness in the hands, once in a while, but it could be a whole lot worse. because if I didn't take steps to renew the cells, clean up the body, etc., I'd be pretty miserable. I go in a cold plunge every single morning of my life, okay? Except for like the week I had a couple of weeks I had that stupid surgery a few years back. Couldn't go in it. I wasn't, doctor was like, do not submerge. Plus I couldn't climb in it. There was no way. But the reality is, for years now I've done this cold plunge and I look and go with the benefits I know of cold plunge and sauna. Okay. What the hell? Where would I be if I hadn't been doing that for the past few years? Would my body be achy? Would it be worse? Would my, especially on the sauna side, what about my cardiovascular system? And I'm not here to, tell you got to plunge and heat and this and that every single day. That's your choice as to what you do. But I am here to offer you encouragement that if you're really feeling like, hey, I'm really knocked into the ground, and my health is in the toilet, I have no time for anything, this, that, and the other, there is renewable there, okay? But you got to take part in it. You got to do it. You got to do what it takes to renew. Oh, now the fun part comes in. Oh, I got to do something. Yeah, we can know it intellectually. We can want it in our hearts. But until your feet hit the ground and start moving, nothing happens, okay? This isn't the secret, and God bless Rhonda, in teaching visualization was awesome, but she forgot that there's more steps to it. Just saying. You got to take action. You can't just sit there and go, I want $1 million and sit there with the TV going with Netflix all day long, because you're not going to get $1 million. You got to take part. Okay? So anyway, I think this is a good way to start into our holiday season, guys, because we're going to talk a little bit about health and wellness. We always dive into health, H1, I kind of put those both together, H1, which is health first. And that came from the Ford quote, quality is job one. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but health first is important, because without your health, you can't be the best at anything. You are not the best parent. You are not the best business person, best lawyer, best lover, best sportsman, best steward of God, anything. If your health is in the toilet and you have no energy, come on, you're not going anywhere. All right, so get ready to step up, guys. Are you ready? All right, I'm going to cut you loose on an early morning today so you can go out and put this into effect, but get it in your head. Your health and your time can be renewable going forward. You're not going to get back. You're not going to go, oh, I wasted my whole day yesterday watching Netflix. I'm going to rewind to yesterday and change that. You can't. But what you can do today is don't waste your whole day Netflixing or doom scrolling. Oh my God, that whole doom scrolling thing. I was like, that's a weird thing. Is that really even a thing, this doom scrolling? And it really is. All right, because everybody gets caught into it and you go, wow, I just wasted an hour of my time on uselessness or fighting with idiots. I mean, come on. Step up, guys. Get back your health. Get back your energy. Get back your time. Get back in control of it. All right, we're going to be talking about this on the show, so catch up with me next week, guys. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always, and I mean always, live whose dream? Your dream. Ciao for now. See you on the next round, guys.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.